Is this the end of AI gurus teaching how to install LLMs and GitHub repositories? Nah, I'm just kidding. I wanted to use somewhat of a clickbaity headline, but what I would like to share with you today is actually something that I've built using the GPT builder, which is a GitHub Guru, which will allow you to take any GitHub repository, even if you don't have technical knowledge, and scan the GitHub repository. And then this GPT will provide you step-by-step instructions regarding how you can install the repository on your end. So basically, this is a GPT that I've built. I've made a few iterations in order to get it right. I will show you the flow in a moment, but in general, it asks you to download the repository, and then you upload the zip file. It's going to serve as a knowledge base for the GPT, and then it's going to read the README and all the issues in the repository and all the updates and the code. And based on this, it is going to provide step-by-step instructions about how you can install the repository. And I also asked, when configuring this GPT, I also made it a point that this GPT will have knowledge that is related to Conda. I considered uploading the whole Conda documentation as a knowledge base to this GPT, but when I was building the GPT with the GPT builder, it says that I don't need to do so. This remains to be seen. We will see how this performs, and if not, we might need to add also this knowledge base of the Conda. But enough said regarding the technicalities. I will share with you afterwards the exact configuration in which you can go and create this GPT on your end. One of the goals of this video is to show you how we can leverage GPTs and build GPTs in a creative manner and help us solve our daily challenges. One of the things that has been annoying me in the last few weeks or months is installing a GitHub repository and then encountering issues with the installation, and then starting to look in YouTube for solutions and entering Discord channels, seeing if other people encounter the issues. And sometimes it's because of my lack of technical knowledge, and sometimes it's a known issue, and it's hard to isolate what is the problem, and it usually takes a lot of time. So you either follow a YouTube guru, and still, even in that case, his advice or his steps might not necessarily be so related to you. So I decided to build this thing, and let me show you how it works. So, and as you can see, it's a chat interface because we are using OpenAI. Hey, how are you? I need help. By the way, you can see here I'm using a Chrome extension which allows me to speak. Okay, to speak to the chat, but this is very comfortable and useful, but you don't have to use it. Okay, so sure, I can help you with that. To provide you with accurate instruction, I need a bit of more information. Name of the repo, programming language, my operating system, and any specific instructions. And alternatively, if you have the zip file. Okay, so I've tried giving the GitHub Guru just the link to the GitHub repository. It didn't work so well, so this is why I adjusted, fine-tuned the configuration to ask for the zip file. So let's say I want to upload, I want instructions regarding how to install AutoGen. So I come to the AutoGen repo. I come here and I download the zip file. I already downloaded it before, but basically you hit the save button and then you upload it here. Sure. I'm sharing the zip file. Please note that I'm using Microsoft, answering this question. No specific instructions at the time being. Now let's upload the file. So autogen main. Let's see, where is that? Let's just download it again. Easiest. Okay, so it's in F. Uploading the file. Okay, now, great, thanks for sharing the zip file. I will analyze the content of the file to provide you with detailed installation instructions. Since you're using a Microsoft operating system, I assume it's Windows. I'll keep in mind while reviewing the repository. Look how awesome is this, because many times when you follow a YouTube video instructions, the instructor gives like commands that are relevant for Linux or Mac operating system, while you have Windows, and this, if you don't have technical knowledge, this is a bit of a challenge. So here it analyzes the README file. The README file of the repository appears to contain information about the project, including budgets for the build, Python version supported, etc. Let's continue to examine. This is just a simple use case. Let's see. The README file provides clear instructions for installing Autogen package. Here's a summary of the steps. Python version requirement. Ensure you have Python 3.8 or newer. Install via pip. If you need additional features, you can find them here. Docker for code execution, LLM inference configuration, additional documentation. Okay, now I want step by step. Please provide step by step instructions. I think I need to create new Conda. Certainly, if you need to create a new Conda environment for this installation, here are the steps. Open your command prompt or terminal. You can do this by searching for command prompt or Conda prompt. So Conda prompt. Then create a new Conda environment. Copying this. Let's go to the F folder. Conda create. Conda activate. Yes. This will take a few moments. But you see how easy it is this way. You just copy and paste and everything is up to date because it has the code of the repository and it also knows more context about us. So it feeds us with the code, which is very powerful. And if you're not sure about anything, you can always, double click and ask it to elaborate and share feedback and advice. Now, Conda activate. Okay, so we activated the environment. Pip install. Optional. If you need additional features or dependencies, verify installation. After installation, you can verify if Autogen is installed correctly by running pip list. These commands show all the installed packages. We'll wait a second. Let's ask it already. What should do after it? How can I run the code? Do I need to use Visual Studio Code? Any shortcuts? Any shortcuts you suggest? So it says after setting up your environment and installing Autogen, you're ready to run and work with the code. Here's what you can do next. If you haven't already, extract the zip file from the repository to a folder in your computer. Navigate to this folder in your Explorer. While it's not mandatory to use Visual Studio Code, it's highly recommended for its user-friendly interface and wide range of features. So it tells you how to download the Visual Studio Code, how to open it. Using the terminal, it instructs you exactly how to find like the Autogen environment and then how to run the code, and shares also a few shortcuts. Now let's make sure that it knows how to give us, do I need to adjust anything in the code in order to create new agent? This is a bit more specific, to create new agents. So far, the advice can be considered a bit generic, but this is more specific and based on the data. Okay, so kind of gives us more generic data. You have the code in the zip file. Why don't you share answers based on it? Okay, apologize for the oversight. Let me analyze the content of the repository more closely. So this is again where this shines, because we gave it already all the code, so it analyzes. Okay. The Autogen repository contains several files related to agents, including Python scripts, Jupyter notebooks, and some JSON and configurations file. Here's a brief overview of key files that might be relevant for creating or modifying agents. Agents.py, assistant agent, conversable agent, etc. This file seems to define different types of agents. And then it goes on and on and on, and it instructs us regarding what's happening in the repository, and this is why it's so powerful. Okay, can you help me with creating a new agents conversation? This is going to be the test. Let's see. But regardless, the point of this video was to show you how you can use this GitHub Guru GPT that I've created in order to assist you with the installation. Now we just how do you say, the icing or the cherry on the cake, because I'm not sure that it can do these adjustments and suggestions, but let's see. Creating a new group of agents for conversation in Autogen frameworks involves several steps, including defining new agents, setting up their interactions, and potentially creating a scenario where these agents communicate. Based on repository structure and the files related to the agents, here's a general guide to help you get started. Create a new Python script or modify existing ones in the agent chat directory. Define your new agents. Each agent need to inherit a base class like agent or conversable agent. So far, so good. Implement agent logic. In your agent scripts, implement the logic that defines how each agent behaves in a conversation. This might involve processing input, generating responses, and handling state. Create a group conversation. You might need to create a new Python script or Jupyter notebook that initializes setup interactions. Okay. Here's an example. Okay, this is nice. I think this is incorrect already. This is a pseudocode that's not relevant. You should give advice based on the code. Let's see what happens now. Okay, I'll analyze the relevant files we identified earlier. These files, especially those in agent and contrib, likely contain the core logic for defining and managing agent interactions. Okay, and this goes on and on and on. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to share with you the ability of creating new GPTs and leveraging them in order to assist you with installing GitHub repositories and how to use Conda and if there are any issues. Because one of the things that you need to keep in mind is that these repositories has this issue. And by the way, I don't think the code is here, but this is also a knowledge base that you can use. And if you have any issues, you can either scrape these issues or just look for the specific issues that you encountered, and this will give you like a perspective regarding what other people have done in order to solve this. You will have in the repository, if there are any updates or in the README file, any nuances regarding the installations or how to fine tune, this you will have in the code, but the issues you won't have in the zip file that you just downloaded. And for this, it might be relevant to give this URL. Can I share? Let's see if it works with you. The URL of the known issues of this repo. Let's see if it's able to analyze this, because once it analyzes this, it enhances its abilities, because now it can assist us based on the issues and solutions that were provided by the community, and this can speed up any issues that we encounter. So there was an error generating the response. I had this error before as well. Let's try again to regenerate. I'm sure that in a few days it will be solved, because it seems like it's like a broad issue with scraping specific URLs. But the idea of using these known issues as a database for helping us install or troubleshooting any issues that we encounter is very powerful. We'll just try again, and if not, even if it does work or if it doesn't, we will conclude. Okay, so we will conclude for now. I will share in the video notes the configurations that I've used, or the link to this bot, to this GPT, so you can use it on your end. But anyway, I encourage you to play around with building these GPTs. Think about any challenges that you're encountering on a daily basis that you believe that you can leverage GPT-4's wisdom, and just build a specific GPT for it. So for example, I created a GPT that is specializes in creating Excel macros, created this GPT which specializes in assisting in installation of GitHub repositories. So just come up with ideas of GPTs that can make your life easier, and just go to the configuration and configure the GPT, iterate until you like what you're seeing, and this will hopefully improve your speed and productivity. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below with your feedback, what you enjoyed. If you have any questions, I try to answer everyone as fast as possible. Until next time, keep on automating.